Hey y'all, Coach Fletcher here. Want to hear a story about a horrible day? Well, too bad. I'm going to tell you anyway. It started from when the alarm went off. I was just running late. I could not wake up. We're trying to wake up 30 minutes earlier than we were last week to get ready for next week, daylight enslavement time. Um, and so, anyway, yesterday was fine, but it's always day two that sucks. But then all of a sudden, so I fell asleep on the couch as I was getting my shoes on. And I woke up and I'm like, oh my gosh, what time is it? Because I suddenly realized I had a dentist appointment. It was just cleaning. I got there, I managed to get there 5 minutes late, so it wasn't too bad. But it took longer than I expected. Looks like I'm gonna have to go back for another crown, they've got to fix one of the crowns. Um, so I got home, but I was late for a virtual meeting with one of our clients. That was embarrassing. But I got on the call and we got my end of things straightened out pretty good. And then I just got to it, started working, realized, oh my gosh, I got somewhere. I made progress with what I was working on, and then it's like, oh man, I'm kind of late for taking my lunch. I got to hurry and take my lunch because I got another call this afternoon. So I stop, I log out, I take a lunch, sit around, sit back and play RuneScape on my phone, right? About halfway through lunch, RuneScape just cuts out. And I'm like, what? What's going on? So I hurried and switched it over to just using the 5G network and forget the home internet. I figure I'll fix that at the end of lunch. I have to anyway, just log in. Well, yeah, rebooting the router didn't work. So I called AT&T, got their little automated thing, of course, beep boop beep, tell us what's the problem is, and I said my router's broken. Beep boop beep, I can help you with that. And then we will need to reset your router. I already did that. Okay, I can walk you through it. And so she walked me through unplugging the router. I say she, it was a woman's voice. The machine was a woman's voice. And then I had to wait until she said it was okay, and then plug it back in. And then she says, tap 1 when the power light is flashing. So I'm staring at it. About a minute goes by. I'm sorry, I did not hear your response. Tap 1 when the power light is flashing. As she was saying that, the power light finally started flashing. So I hit 1. She says, that's great. I will now start running tests while it finishes booting up. Gradually, some of the lights came on, but before the connection light, the broadband 1 and broadband 2 were flashing red, and the connection light wasn't even on. And the computer said, well, we're unable to to process this or whatever, figure this out, troubleshoot this any further at the moment. Please reboot your router again. And if the internet is not back up in 10 minutes, call back. I will leave a note in your record so that if you call back anytime within the next 4 hours, we can continue with the troubleshooting from where we left off. Now, that's the first time I ever heard a machine say something like that. I'm like, oh, they've upgraded. All right? So I sit there and I wait patiently for 10 minutes and still nothing. TV can't connect, my phone can't connect, computer can't connect. I text into work and say, hey, internet brokey, working with AT&T, so I missed the afternoon call. Sucks, but anyway. Then I waited past the 10-minute mark. I want to make sure, just in case that little computer was keeping track too. I tried again, still not working, rebooted again, waited until it came up and said, I waited until the connection light came up solid red. That's when I was like, okay, I'll try to connect everything anyway. Nothing could get to the internet. And I'm like, okay, calling back. Got the automated system. Please describe your problem. Well, I called earlier and the internet's still not working. I'm sorry, I do not quite understand. Can you describe the problem in more detail? You want more detail? You couldn't understand that? Okay. I called earlier, and now I'm sitting at broadband 1 and broadband 2 are solid green, and connection is solid red. And so I think something's wrong with the router. Beep, boop, beep. I'm sorry, I do not understand. Can you be more descriptive? I'm thinking more descriptive? So I said, same thing I said earlier. I think my router's broken. Beep, boop, beep. I can help you with that. Guess what? She wanted to restart my router again. So she, when she got to the part of saying, if you want to restart your router now, and I'll give you the instructions and walk you through it, say restart. If you'd rather restart later, say later. So I said, already tried that. Beep, boop, beep. I did not understand your response. If you would like to restart now, say now or press 1. If you would like to restart later, say later or press 2. We've already done that. Beep, boop, beep. Sorry, I did not understand. If you have to talk to an agent, they will have to go through the same troubleshooting steps. If you would like to restart now, say restart or press 1. If you would like to restart later, say later or press 2. There's a pause, and they said, if you would like to speak to an agent, say 5 or press 5.
Alrighty, have fun.
So I pressed 5. Only had to wait on hold for a minute or two and got an agent. And then we went through the same troubleshooting stuff, except she was a human, and so I could tell her exactly which lights were coming on and which ones were blinking and what color they were and all this kind of stuff.
Okay.
She had me restart that so many times, and she kept trying to bang at it from her end, send commands to it and everything, before she finally gives up and says, oh, well, it looks like your router's broken. We'll replace it. It looks like it was this particular model. It's, blah, 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 and reads off the model number, and I'm reading that on the front of it, and so, yeah. It says, okay, that model's been discontinued anyway, so we'll just send you a brand new model. I'm going, dude, that should have been in my record. In fact, it was in my record because you read it off to me. You should have known already if I was having troubles. Just replace the dang thing because it's discontinued. But anyway, no, we had to go through all that troubleshooting. So they're sending me a new one. It won't get here until tomorrow or maybe the day after that, So I tried to hotspot for work, but with all the security stuff, I can do everything on the internet using a hotspot for my phone, but it's not a steady enough continuous connection for our security software to leave the connection and not just drop the connection and refuse to reconnect. So finally I let them at work. I told them, look, it's late in the day. I'm just going to go work in the garden. They laughed. And so, I'll find some internet tomorrow to work from. But, so then I come out here and was just getting started on the garden, getting ready to haul some more dirt. And a missionary showed up and said, can we help? I was like, you just don't even know how good it is to see you guys. I didn't say that, but I was like, yes, please. So they helped for a little while until they had to leave to their next appointment. Let me show you how far we got. So this part had already been done, and I had just barely started that finger. But you see how the path is filling in nicely? We've got dirt all the way down there. We've got path filled in there. We got dirt all up this finger here. They helped replace the cardboard that had blown off a little ways, and they recovered it and laid it back down. Man, they made my day. And then I spent another, I don't know, 30, 45 minutes after they left until I'm like, I'm done, and started making this video. What a day. And you know what? Those missionaries, they were listening to somebody, because they showed up right in time. I needed them.